Okay, for side mount, I am on the side of my opponent and mounted, so I'm over the top here. It's a chest-to-chest position, so my chest will be on his chest. I should always be inside the space between his elbow and his knee. Yeah, so if I'm here, I'm in the right position. If he's able to put his arms or knees in between, now I don't have control, and eventually he can escape from here. Also, when I'm here on his arms, that's just like this. So put your arms underneath me, so like this. There's not a lot of control. Of course, I'm still reasonably good, but not a lot of control. All right. So for side mount, once again, I have to be inside of this space. That's one. He wants to put his knee or his elbow or both in between us to defend that space. Yeah. So what I should do, whether I'm like this, all variations to the side mount, I should prevent the knees and the elbows from coming into this space right here. So what I should be doing is get really close to him, close the space, put my knee towards the shoulder so that it will be hard for him to put the elbow in between. You will notice that it will probably happen, but there's ways to deal with that. And more important, attach a knee or a hip, something to his hip right here. If I don't, he'll be able to put the knee inside very easily and escape. Yeah. So what we'll be doing is we're gonna play around with this concept a little bit. You're gonna take a side mount, meaning you'll be inside of this space right here. And the person on bottom, he will try to put his elbow or his knee inside of that space, and that's when he wins. All right? So I'll be here, just moving around and trying to prevent this from happening. And if it does happen, okay, and we reset, you can do the other side as well and keep changing like that. Okay? Any questions on this one? Okay. So this is a drill, this is not a fight, meaning it's not about winning or losing, it's about the person on top, he should be learning, right? So if the person on bottom is able to really quickly get the elbow inside every time, like boom, and it's there, that means you should dial back your intensity. Yeah? That means I'm not really learning because it goes so fast, I have no answer, I need some time to think, and he's not really learning either because he's keep doing the same thing over and over and over. All right? Everybody understands this. So for me on top, it's about learning. For him, it's about creating the situation where I can learn, meaning not too intense, but also not too weak, obviously. Yeah? So we've noticed that it's not super hard to get some knee or an elbow in between us, right? It's pretty, no, it's not easy, but doable. Most of the times though, when he's flat on his back, it will be close to impossible. We agree? Do we agree, guys? Okay. So he has to turn into me more or less to get either the elbow inside or the knee. So allowing him to turn into me, that's a bad thing, basically. How can I stop him from turning into me? It's by controlling the head right here. Yeah, now turn into me. Much harder right now. I'm going to use his tendency to turn into me though, to go for my submission eventually. I'm going for kimura. But I'm going to slow the turn. If he's really fast with the turn, boom, too late. Yeah. So put pressure here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach around his arm and catch his triceps, and now I'm putting my elbow onto his chest. I keep pressuring a bit on his face right here, It's not super comfortable for him. But I'm going to release and place my hand on the opposite side of his head, and I'm going to turn him into me. Okay. Look, the elbow might be here, but because of this arm right here, this control, it's very hard for him to move around here. So what he might be doing is turning even a bit more into me, but my chest is here, I'm controlling his position. He might also want to turn back because he feels threatened. So here, yeah, there you go. That's why this hand is here. So I'm pushing right here. So try and go back now. It's much harder. Yeah. We're going to practice this part only. So starting here, pressure with the shoulder on his chin. Test it out a little bit. Is it hard for you to turn into me? Yeah, it's pretty difficult, right? Look guys, sometimes we'll focus very much on holding, but it might happen that he puts the arm right here. If this happens, you're gonna have to react and go again. Now, my hand that's right here is gonna reach around the triceps, and I'm putting my elbow on his chest. Release the head, hand on the floor, pull him back into me here. Yeah. Okay, this is what we'll be doing. And from this position, you get like 5 seconds to see if the control is good or not. So just try and move around a little bit, see if you can hold him like this. Exactly. Eventually we're gonna go here and then submit, but that will be later. All right? Dilemma. If he's on his back, flat on his back, I can pin him, he's not moving. If I can put him on his side, this arm is exposed. It's in danger for a submission. So, yeah, of course, for him it's worse to get submitted than to get pinned. At least you have a chance. So a lot of people will try and get back to their back here. Yeah. So this will be the most common thing. So for me, it's important to have him on his side in order to move on to the submission. So next up, I'm going to step over the head now. Today we're going to assume this arm is not really doing anything. Of course, most people will block the hip and prevent you from stepping over. But let's make things a little bit easier. He's asleep, I don't know. He forgets about this arm, and we step over here. Now, if again, I don't want him to be flat on his back anymore because I want to attack the arm. So if my knees are wide, there's a lot of space for him to turn flat on his back here. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to control him by squeezing my knees around his chest, right here. Yeah, so try and move to your side right now. It's much harder, right? He may be flexible so that his hips are on the floor, but his shoulder is still pointing up. So this will be the next position. And from here we're going to attack the kimura. Yeah, but what I want you guys to do is stay here. Take another 5 seconds where you check the control. You see that I'm not completely upright like this because I don't want to have too much space between his arm and my body. I want to be tight, close and connected to his arm right here. Yeah? So like 5 seconds, move around, try to go flat on your back. Okay, 5 seconds is enough, then you reset. Or the other guy goes, but you know. So there's a dilemma for him again. He doesn't want to get pinned, and he doesn't want his arm to be exposed. So grab the triceps, put the elbow on the chest, let go of the head, turn him to the side. He might want to go back already to the flat on his back position. For me, it's not too bad. If he goes back, I just go pin him again or retry. From here, we're going to step over his head, and I'm going to connect my knees to his chest by squeezing. I'm squeezing a little bit right here. My chest is connected to his arm. I can pose this hand, but it doesn't really matter what I do with this hand, okay? I can put it on him, doesn't matter. 5 seconds, trying to move around, trying to get back to his original, like flat on his back right here. And then reset. So we started in side mount, where I want to have him flat on his back in order to have him pinned. This arm is exposed. I'm going to put him on his side so that I can attack the arm. Right here is control number 1. Step over his head, squeeze with the legs, make sure he doesn't turn flat on his back. And now we are here. Usually they don't want this arm to be submitted, of course, so they'll try to hide it a little bit. So from here we're going to finish. Now this hand is for the arm. We're going to switch, but if I let go, the arm is gone. So I'm putting in the second arm first, and then this arm comes out. Yeah? We have to turn a little bit here. The arm that comes out grabs the wrist right here. You guys are not seeing anything, you should be over there. Grabs the wrist right here, and I'm grabbing my own wrist like this. Make sure everything's very tight. I'm pulling up with my entire body like this. Boom. And to finish, I'm bringing his arm in that direction behind my back. So it's like a samurai sword with your entire body. If you're just using the arms, you might be stronger than me. But if I'm using my entire body, that's why I want to be connected, I don't think he's stronger than that. Okay? So you end up in this position right here. We're going to switch the arms. This one stays in. Pull the other arm through. Now it comes out. The one that comes out grabs the wrist, and you're grabbing your own wrist with your other hand. Make sure everything's tight. Now use your entire core, your body, to pull the arm out, and finish by bringing it behind his back and all the way back here. So, like a samurai. Okay?